What is good, YouTube? What is good? What is good? Coming at you from Sacramento, where the skies are blue but also polluted. So, and they've been polluted for like a week now. So it is what it is. Thank you guys for all the comments in the last video. I'll get to those at some point, hopefully soon. And those are some brilliant comments y'all left. No, I am not sponsored by Heineken, and I am not sponsored by the Monterey Kush Company. Hopefully in the future I may be sponsored by a Kush company or a cannabis company or a weed or a reefer company, honestly, depending on however you want to say it. I like the term reefer. Some like the term cannabis. Makes sense. Sounds scientific. I understand. Some people like the name Kush, like this company. I like that. The Kingdom of Kush. I'm completely down with that name too. Any name you want to say it is fine to me. But no, I am not sponsored by those people. In reality, I should probably be sponsored by Bloomberg, honestly, with how much I talk about some of their stuff on this channel and how much I watch that channel. I should probably be sponsored by Bloomberg. But hopefully in the future, hopefully in some years, who knows. And yeah, that's that. What else did I have to say on the intro? I wanted to cover the stock market yesterday, but I figured let me just wait and see what happens, because it was down, like major indices were down 2%. I think the Nasdaq was down over 2%. The S&P was down over 2%. The Dow was down like 1.5%. So it's like, let me just see what happens tomorrow, and then I'll cover it if it's like another drop off. And then today, the Nasdaq is still down like 0.1% last time I checked, but the S&P and the Dow are up like 0.2 to 0.3%. So it's not recovering from yesterday, really, but I mean, it's not a whole nother drop off. I'm still waiting for that thing to crash like 20%, like, because I don't know how big that bubble is. I don't know if that bubble is, if it's like 20% overvalued, if it's like 30, 40, 50% overvalued. I have no freaking clue. I don't even know. And I'm gonna try to actually start getting into that a little bit, just on a general level. I'm gonna see what companies are involved. I'll just start with the S&P 500, because that's like, what, 500 companies or so. I think it's 500. I don't know the exact number, but I mean S&P 500, right? It might be 500. So I'm just gonna look at some of the companies involved in that thing, and then like see if like how much of these are the quote unquote zombie companies, and how much of these are like, how much of these are like, I guess, just companies that people interact with a lot. Like how much of these are new, how much of these are old. And then also, what's the overlap? Because I know they say like Nasdaq is the tech heavy one, so I'm gonna see what's the overlap in terms of companies involved in each of the major indices. And yeah, I've just been looking at that stock market for like a bunch recently, so I just gonna make some videos on it. But okay, in this one, we're gonna talk about a little bit of cryptocurrency here, if you guys are liking that. Man, this crypto stuff, I'm honestly, like, basically, I'm pretty sure like 50 to 80% of the crypto market is held up by, like, just because, like I was saying in another video, like a long time ago on cryptos, whenever there's you always see like stable coins correlated to Bitcoin. Like, why is that? I'm almost positive this is some kind of government technology. Honestly, like, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know about all that idealism surrounding Bitcoin. Yes, the blockchain will probably be the next internet-like technology. I'm pretty sure, like, that it becomes huge and it becomes a backbone of what everybody does, like a backbone of commerce, a backbone of business, a backbone of just like payments in general, like transactions. honestly even a backbone of the social sphere, just like the internet's become, for better or for worse, a backbone of the social sphere. I'm pretty sure blockchain's gonna be a next layer on top of that like becomes a backbone of the social sphere. I might get into that in this video, probably in other videos later. But like, I'm pretty just like looking at whenever there's huge moves out of stable coins, there's like huge moves into Bitcoin. Like I covered this in another video, and I haven't looked at this for a long time now, so I haven't kept up with the moves out of like how they correlate. But if you look at some of the US dollar stable coins and Bitcoin, you'd be like surprised how much they move with each other. And that is just it's like too much of a coincidence, honestly, to like overlook that. So yeah, Bitcoin's gonna keep going up, I'm pretty sure. And many of the other cryptocurrencies will, but like printed money is also gonna go up. So like, how good is that? I mean, Bitcoin was supposed to be a electronic peer to peer, like decentralized cash system, and it's just becoming like another asset, like real estate or something. I was talking about this in a comment. But like, okay, whatever. That intro is long. We'll just get into, because this script is long too. I'll talk about a lot of stuff in other videos, but like, what is incentives engineering in the cryptocurrency space? Just black pill. I'm putting black pill on this shit because like this is kind of doomsday in my opinion, but like we'll get into it. In the cryptocurrency sphere, after you get past the Bitcoin maximalists, the scammers, and the decentralized finance apes, you begin to start heavily hearing about some of the very ambitious ideas and desires behind some of the people who are attempting to innovate with cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. One of these things you'll hear is incentives engineering, doomsday. Doomsday. But what are you guys' thoughts on this term? Leave some comments. I'm curious to know if anything in particular strikes you when you hear this. Okay, with the rise of social media platforms, we've seen software engineers and the companies they work for try their hands at social engineering. And you guys let me know how you think that turned out. I'm glad I can talk to you guys on YouTube, so that's good. Let me know how you guys think that turned out. Incentives engineering seems to be the new frontier that some of the more ambitious software engineers are attempting to work on. It makes sense that they're trying to tackle this problem just from like a macro scale. As we've discussed in many videos, the incentive structure in many societies around the world is broken. Governments printing money leads to severely diminished purchasing power, leads to lack of incentive to work. Family structures destroyed, and men and women almost in battle with each other in our society today, leads to lack of incentive to have children. Lack of children equals more lack of incentive to work, to innovate, and subconsciously even to live when it gets that far. Don't get that far. Try not to get that far. I could keep going on in this list, but I'm just gonna end it there on that. So given this landscape, you're hopefully able to see the poor incentive structure for many, and not all people by any means, but like for many people, you're able to see a poor incentive structure, which is why I tell you guys, like, do what you like doing, because yeah, just do what you like doing. See if you can get paid off that, like just straight up. But okay, we live in a world today of easy money. Many times on this channel, I've described how this works and how one can profit, and I'll continue to do that. But we live in a world now where there is a labor shortage, but people are in no rush to get back out there and work. As I discussed in the last video, funny, I wrote this script, I think, before I wrote that script. So that's kind of funny. But like, yeah, people are in no rush to get back out there and work. Like I said in that last video, there's a trucker shortage here in the United States. I'm 24 years old. I could become a trucker. I'm not becoming a trucker. Like, I would rather go and play NBA 2K for hours on end than like go deliver goods to people. Like, and call me like, I mean, I am trying to do this YouTube and grow it, so there's that. But I left pharmacy school because I thought that was BS. You know what I'm like? There's just many different. Like, I have no wife, I have no kids. Like, just so we talked about that in the last video. Like, there's a lot of dudes that just didn't know that are in perfect positions to like work traditionally, but like we're not in a rush to go back to work. Personally, I would say like I'm working, but I'm doing other things that you know, and like there's no, it's not to say I won't become a trucker eventually or like some other like in need profession, but it's just pay isn't like what it probably should be. The career trajectory isn't like what I want it to be for me necessarily, and I'm still kind of like disillusioned with many things. So like I like don't know if I want everything to collapse, but it's not like, I mean, it's prisoner's dilemma. Like, we're the intellectual quasar. I would honestly love to be doing like productive stuff, which I think this YouTube, but I just think that some like this YouTube is among the most productive things I could actually do. If I became a trucker, it's still, I honestly don't think, like, because it's just doomsday on so many levels that me becoming a trucker is not gonna do jack shit. I don't think that's gonna do anything, honestly. Like, I don't think that's gonna do jack shit. So I'm not, and it's prisoner's dilemma. Like, word to intellectual quasar is just like how much work do you put in that old system to try to sustain it at the expense of your own self. You know, like I was in pharmacy school, I was trying to tell people various things, and these are quote unquote like white collar professionals. If they're not gonna listen to shit, like who, at this point, man, like I said, starting this YouTube is probably that's the most like productive thing I can do in my own opinion. But like, well, let's move on. That we can talk about that in another video because that's very interesting. But okay, the theory that money makes the world go round. I'm not sure when this phrase was coined. I'm pretty sure that phrase was coined like in an environment that was not as inflationary as this one, because I don't think that's true, but maybe I don't think that's true because we live in a society of like clown money right now. Like just clown money. So like since we're in clown money, I just don't know if that phrase is true. It's like right now there's a bunch of money floating around in today's world, but things are still stagnating, if not recessing, like stagflation. I'm pretty sure we're in stagflation right now. Everybody is like, what's the exact definition of stagflation? Is it as bad as the 70s and all this crap? And I'm like, okay, we can like try to analyze it to death, front to back, give it whatever names you want to call it, but like it is not like it is what it is. Like everybody, it's clown money. Even the people who are like they're talking about minting $1 trillion coins. You guys hear about that shit? I don't think it's gonna happen, but just the very fact that we're talking about minting $1 trillion coin, $1 trillion platinum coin, to try to pay off like debts, and the thing is, $1 trillion coin. Like apparently, our interest payments right now on the U.S. debt is like $200 billion per payment. So what's $1 trillion coin gonna do? Make up 5 interest payments? Like, come on, man. You're gonna print. Are you gonna print like a $20 trillion coin and try to pay off our debt with that? Like, come on, man. What is this clown? It's like clown money, man. But okay. So all that being said, going back to the engineering of incentives, the topic of this video, can blockchains and cryptocurrencies be used to do this? To re-engineer the incentive structure to make it more effective for the people that it's not working for? As of now, it seemed the whole incentives engineering phenomenon here seems to mainly be based on micro money. Micro money, meaning that Many blockchain and cryptocurrency projects are attempting to break down the larger systems of monetary transactions and financing to allow for transfers of smaller amounts of money directly between people. That's pretty much the crux of it. There's a lot of these white papers and all these different theories and like different mathematical formulas that people use. But if you just break it down, it's essentially like, how can we incentivize people to participate in our project and have small transfers of money between like people in general. Like that's basically the crux of many of these projects. Like all the technical talk and stuff is nice, but that's basically what it is. And even in the project that I was trying to work on, that's basically what it was pretty much. Like how can we get people to interact with our project and like have small transfers of money between the people interacting with our project and between other projects. Like that's basically what it is. I mean that's an economy, right? That's pretty much, I mean, it's an economy. It is what it is. Like that's kind of the crux of an economy. So while this is definitely not a bad thing, in my opinion, this still kind of goes along with the whole narrative that money makes the world go round, which I'm not sure is the case. Like I said, there's already plenty of money to go around already, so much in fact that your purchasing power is getting destroyed. Yet people still aren't working, they still aren't having families at a normal rate. Like, and that just is what it is. So cryptocurrency and blockchain technology usage is still in the beginning stages of being adopted and innovated upon. As we get to the more social networking aspects of these technologies, which I just kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, and I'll discuss that in detail in later videos, we'll see how the incentives engineering progresses. Like I said, that's Doomsday on like probably Doomsday, but like who knows? We don't know. A lot of people are gonna get rich off of it, hopefully myself included. But just like the internet, like what was the pros, what was the cons, you guys, like we're all gonna kind of witness it, so we can all make up our own minds on that, but it is what it is. So like I said, it's mainly in the realm of money now, but like just get prepared for like just you're gonna start seeing blockchain shit, and you probably won't even see, it's like a bubble now, and then the bubble's gonna burst, and then certain projects are gonna emerge, and like all of a sudden those are gonna be the backbone. It's like Amazon for the internet. Like it's gonna be kind of similar. And is that like, I don't really use Amazon, so like I said, we'll all be part of this moving forward, unless like you just die or something. So like let's see what the next 10 years brings here. So I'll be researching and working on this stuff, and even perhaps developing business models from these ideas and concepts. I'm curious to see where this will all go. But like, hey, that's it for now. I don't even know how long this video was, but that's it for now. I'll catch you guys later. Stay healthy, like stay positive. Try to see what you can do. I mean, go become a trucker if you really want to, right? Like there are labor shortages everywhere. So ironically though, funny enough, I applied to this job at a bookstore. I didn't hear anything back. So there's labor shortages, but even people aren't hiring. That's the thing. Like there's labor shortages, but it's at the point where like even those places that have labor shortages, they don't even have the money to like hire people. So it's like we're just gonna see like downsides. It's gonna be it's deleveraging. It's hard. The real economy is already deleveraging. Like it's already people, like they're using the excess money they have to pay back debts rather than take on new and expensive projects. Like some of the most innovation is going on in the blockchain space, where you literally need zero money to get started with that shit. You need zero money. Like I have zero, like practically I have a little bit of money now, but I have like practically zero money. Like, and I'm trying to innovate with a blockchain. Like the most innovation that's going on is on the internet right now, where you need like, I mean, you need access to the internet through some kind of device, be it your phone, your laptop, or a tablet or some kind of device. So that actually that is some money. You need internet access, which that costs some money. But like, just relative to doing different things, you need little money to like try to do something with blockchain. Like you just need time, which people have a bunch of right now, and you need to be able to like sit down and read. That's the barrier to entry mostly, because to do more expensive shit you need money, which hardly anybody has it now. Most people have debt. Like, so it is what it is, man. Deleveraging, like that. Deleveraging. That's all I gotta say on that. Deleveraging. Yeah. So stay healthy. Stay up, do your thing, and yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.